Clauses. Consider these sentences. 1. It was raining heavily. 2. We could not go out to play as it was raining heavily. The first sentence is complete in itself, and consists of only one finite verb, was raining, and one subject, it. It is a simple sentence, having only one clause. The second sentence is a complex sentence containing a principal clause, we could not go out to play, and a subordinate clause, as it was raining heavily. The principal clause is independent, has complete sense by itself, while the subordinate clause depends on the principal clause to convey a complete sense. Both the principal clause and the subordinate clause have a subject and a finite verb each. In the second sentence, the conjunction as joins the two clauses. Definition. A clause is a part of a sentence that includes one subject and one finite verb. Types of clauses. Clauses can be classified into two types. 1. Main clause or independent clause or principal clause. 2. Subordinate clause or dependent clause. Main clauses are groups of words with a subject and a verb. They can form sentences on their own. They are not dependent on other clauses. That is why these are called independent clauses. Subordinate clauses are groups of words that consist of a subject, a verb and a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun. These clauses cannot form sentences on their own. They are dependent on main clauses to form sentences. That's why these are called dependent clauses. For example, I went to the cafeteria which is down the street from my house. This is Rohan, who is my cousin. My sister felt sick because she ate too many chocolates. In the above examples, the clauses in color are main clauses and the underlined clauses are subordinate clauses. We can add more information to a sentence, main clause, with the help of a subordinate clause. For example, I will go to the beach. I will go to the beach if it is sunny. The teacher is always late to the class. The teacher is always late to the class because he stops for tea on the way. Quick tip. Main clauses always have finite verbs which show tense. Subordinate clauses may have finite or non-finite verbs. A subordinate clause can be classified into three types. Adjective clause, noun clause, adverb clause. An adjective clause is a clause which acts as an adjective in a sentence. For example, I saw a fish that looked like a balloon. Which fish? The group of words in color describes what sort of fish he saw, and does the work of an adjective. Since it contains a subject and a predicate of its own, it is called an adjective clause. Some more examples. 1. The girl whose mother is a teacher has come here. 2. The boy whom you know is my friend. 3. The girl who came today is my sister. Quick tip. Adjective clauses are also called relative clauses. They usually begin with that, which, who, whom, whose, with, etc. A noun clause is a clause which acts as a noun in a sentence. For example, we hoped that the weather would be clear next morning. Expected what? The group of words in color contains a subject and a predicate of its own. It is, therefore, a clause. This clause is the object of the verb hoped and so does the work of a noun. It is, therefore, called a noun clause. Some more examples. I know when the teacher would come. My father asked me whether I had prepared for my exams. The mechanic says that the fan will not work. Quick tip. All indirect speech beginning with that is a noun clause. For example, the inquiry shows that she is at fault. Keep in mind, a noun clause can act as the subject, the object, the complement of the verb or the object of the preposition in a sentence. An adverb clause describes the verb in the subordinate clause. It functions like an adverb in a sentence and modifies an adjective, an adverb, a verb or verb phrase. For example, the students assembled in the hall as soon as the morning bell rang. Assembled when. In the above sentence, the group of words in color is a clause, for it has a subject, the morning bell, and a predicate, rang, of its own. Since it does the work of an adverb for the verb assembled, it is called an adverb clause. Some more examples. I came when students were about to leave. Asif is taller than Rahim. My father will not attend the meeting because he's out of the city. Subordinating conjunctions that introduce different adverb clauses are as follows. Subordinating conjunctions of time. Adverb clauses. When, whenever, while, as, since, till. As soon as, no sooner than, just. As long as, before, after. Lock the door after I have left. The train moved just as we boarded it. Subordinating conjunctions of reason. As, that, since, because. The table was late since it was lunchtime. I am happy that you have taken up your responsibilities. Subordinating conjunctions of place. Where, wherever, whence. Angels fear to tread where fools rush in. Subordinating conjunctions of supposition. Though, although, even if. I cannot recompense the loss even if I sell myself. Subordinating conjunctions of condition. If, whether, unless. Unless you work hard, you will not succeed. Subordinating conjunctions of purpose. So that, lest, should, in order that. Walk quickly lest you should miss the bus. Conditional sentences, if clauses. Conditional sentences describe the result of a certain condition. The if clause tells you the condition, if you study hard, and the main clause tells you the result, you will pass your exams. The order of the clauses does not change the meaning. For example, if you study hard, you will pass your exams. You will pass your exams if you study hard. Conditional sentences are often divided into different types. Types of conditional sentences. Type. Function. Example. Zero conditional. Expresses a fact or habit. If you mix yellow and red paint, it turns orange. First conditional. Expresses a realistic future consequence. If she works hard, she will come off with flying colors. Second conditional. Expresses an unlikely or impossible future consequence. If I were you, I would study more. Third conditional. Expresses an unrealistic past consequence. If I had won the scholarship, I would have gone abroad for higher studies. Look at some more examples. Condition 0. If I drink too much coffee, I can't sleep at night. Ice melts if you heat it. When the sun goes down, it gets dark. Condition 1. I shall play outside if the rain stops. You will ruin your health if you do not eat properly. When I finish work, I'll call you. Condition 2. If I had a lot of money, I would go on a world tour. If I were you, I would drive him out of the house. But I am not you. If we had garden, we could have a dog. Condition 3. If you had tried harder, you would have succeeded. If she had not been walking carefully, she would have slipped and fallen. Would you have helped me if I had asked?